I literally look like the Holy Ghost. Anyway, I'm not gonna look at myself. So I am also not gonna do an intro because they make me want to get sick. Every time I do it, I'm like my biggest hater. I'm like, hi guys, and I'm just like, oh, shut the fuck up. Like, I said that I'd talk about online vintage and thrift shopping and whatever you want to call it, because I think that a lot of people find it hard, and it is hard because for a multitude of reasons. Like, you don't know who's a right seller, you don't know whether things are actually vintage. It's hard to find specific things because, guys, I'm sorry, we are living in like such a time where trends are like a big thing, and I know trends were always like a big thing. I know that sounds like really stupid of me to say, but I think it's a lot easier for things to be trendy now with like TikTok and Instagram and things like that. Even fashion blogging or whatever is trendy now, so like you would be surprised what becomes a trend. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like the biggest expert, it's just I've found that people always ask me questions about it. Not like followers or anything, I don't have enough followers for people to be texting me that way, but like my friends and things like that, and like Elizabeth and Josh, they always kind of buy stuff, and I'm on like, sometimes they get let down, or it's like not the right size, or they don't know how to find like they'd be buying something for €50 that I could find for 20, stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I did it, because I just feel like I'm just good at it. I'm just good at finding stuff online. I know that sounds so fucking weird. So yeah, and this isn't like a whole political thing. If you know, buy from ASOS, but the other thing, all that, that's your prerogative. I don't care. Like, I buy from ASOS. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm very like, when you can do, and you know, no pressure and things like that. So this isn't like how to be more sustainable, because I would be the wrong person to tell you advice on that. I'm gonna start off with like tips or like sites that I find good, and like tips on each site. So obviously there's Depop. A lot of people find it really hard to find things on Depop, and a lot of people are just selling like their old Aero pastel tracksuits and things like that, and then you see someone with something really cool from Depop, or like jeans, and they say that they got it from, I should have put on lipstick, fuck. People would like find really cool stuff on Depop, and you're like, how the fuck did they find that and I can't find anything? These are like my little tips. Obviously everyone says like search for specific words, like obviously brown is very in. So people look up for like brown jumpers. Like a big thing last lockdown was looking up Y2K. Like that was kind of like the tag word everyone would use for their clothes. And a lot of people get angry because a lot of people put like a lot of kind of shitty clothes up on it, like, you know, their old Pretty Little Thing dress, stuff that you wouldn't want, maybe you personally wouldn't want to buy. People use those tag words, and then so that you come up in their search, but like you can kind of abuse that as well, because I that like aren't like within my search thing, if that makes sense. Like that, like I search something and then like I find something that's not related to it, but I still like it. Look up Y2K brown jumper, because like more than likely everyone's looking for brown jumpers or whatever. I'm only saying brown jumper now because I'm wearing one. There's a specific item you want, like an IMGA pants. If you look up IMGA trousers or whatever, more than likely other things are going to come up, and like it can be annoying, but it's like a way to find things. But my main thing about Depop is don't look for items, look for sites. Not sites, like shops, people with individual shops that you could find like that you like what they have. And how I did this is I went into like a thrift shop like Ninecrows, or into a vintage clothing shop's Depop, and see who they follow, because they usually follow a lot of other vintage shops. And then also if you like someone from Instagram or something like that, you could also go in to see what they like in their clothing. I wouldn't rely so much on the algorithm, because the algorithm is not very good, but I would rely way more on who you follow and like the following section, because you're more than likely going to find more there. But in order to do that, you have to like obviously follow a lot of people. I will put in the description a lot of people that I follow on Depop, and like people I've bought from and been happy with. Anyway, pricing an item, like you shouldn't be paying, that's like really rare and colourful and it has a specific print, you shouldn't be paying like more than €50 for a shirt, unless it's branded or specific or rare. People kind of, they're very lost when they first start vintage shopping. They're like, it has flames on it, so I'm gonna buy it, or it has a brand on it, so it must be cool if it's vintage, it has a brand on it, but really it's just your average jacket that you just won't wear. To have like such an open mind when it comes to like thrifting, because like obviously there's so many sites that are available right now to buy from, like Motel Rocks and Misguided and all that. Like fashion is a lot more easy these days. A lot of more neutral colours, you know, big top, small pants, do you know what I mean? It is hard to find things like that are vintage, that stand out and things like that. People like rely on Depop, but there's also like ASOS Marketplace. ASOS Marketplace is a lot better because it's from shops. Now Depop's better for like if you want to buy from your friends and things like that, which is just like such a good idea. With ASOS Marketplace, you're actually buying from thrift shops around the world. There would be a thrift shop in England, very small, but they would sell all their stuff on ASOS Marketplace and then you could find it, but it's also the price of what it would be in the shop. I'll also put down a load of shops under in the description. Like I bought a race car jacket for Elizabeth for Christmas. Insert a picture here. If I'm not lazy, and I probably mightn't, but here we are. And it was literally like, I'm just gonna say how much, it was literally €70, which is very, very good for a race car jacket. Now it's not real leather, but it's still really cool. I just think that a lot of like more of the ASOS Marketplace shops are a lot more honest with their prices and like how it actually, like, because they know how to price them. So I looked up race car jacket. I got this idea from Olivia Neal because she bought a vintage one on eBay and I wanted to buy a vintage one on eBay, but it was so close to Christmas that a lot of those places were like from China and things like that. Another thing to stay clear of, if this is your like what you're interested in and it's important to you, if sustainable clothing is important to you, don't buy from someone who has multiple sizes of the same thing. It is more than likely not vintage or thrifted, unless it was stock bought from like a shop that never sold them. But like, I mean, you'd know if something's from Shein or not, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of like mainstream shops, like I can only think of Irish ones, but they deliver internationally. So there's the Wild Ira. The Wild Ira make their own clothes and, well, they sell old vintage clothing, but they also do reworks recently, like if they find like scraps of fabric and things like that, which is so cool. I recently bought like a patchwork jumper and oh, I'm so excited to wear it, like, and it's like really good pricing, and it's also, if you're from Ireland, it's Irish, so supporting Irish. A lot of people want to buy like the Nike spell out jumpers. I'll just be honest, they won't be as cool as they are this year. They won't be, like, they'll always be cool, but I would not be paying more than €100 for them, do you know? Ooh. I feel like I keep like rambling and I'm not helping at all. So yeah, like I think that like taking inspiration from like fashion bloggers and things like that is good, because like, you know, you kind of preempt it, you think about it, and then you go look for it. Like the North Face jacket, you can literally buy the North Face jacket for like fucking way less than you think you have to. Do you know what I mean? Which, like, True Vintage and there's another one. I'll link them below anyway. To find jeans, I would suggest ASOS Marketplace. A lot of people said in my little box on Instagram that it's like really expensive, but I think that like only if you look in the wrong places. But also I think that a lot of people are still, I said it before, like, that they're still stuck in the mind of like Pretty Little Thing and things like that are so cheap, but like realistically, like it's not realistic, like, do you know what I mean? It's not realistic for you to be able to buy a top for a £5 and get your full use out of it. I think investing in pieces that make you so happy. You could thrift something, a jumper, a big jumper that you're going to wear all the fucking time, for €50. Do you know what I mean? And I know that sounds like really depressing, but I think that it's like about like your mindset when it comes to it. Do you know what I mean? Invested in a few jackets. I now have an obsession for jackets. Like, that's all I pay for. Most of my jackets are thrifted, and they're the easiest things to find thrifted. Like, a lot of people, I say a lot of people, but about 2 people probably said this in my question box. But yeah, no, people in my question box have said that they want to find jackets, because a vintage jacket, you could or a nice jacket or whatever, you could add that to any outfit and it will look like you put yourself together. Do you know what I mean? I think you should always have a cardigan, a leather jacket, and just like a puffer. Like, do you know what I mean? And then you have like a full thing. So like invest, and like everybody's selling puffers on Depop. If you just literally look it up. A lot of people are selling their own North Face jackets as well. This person is selling their North Face jacket for 150. And now I know it's wine, and like that's not like everyone's cup of tea. I know everyone wants the brown one, but like, do you know, person's literally selling theirs for 55. Now I think that like online shopping is literally all of what you make of it. Look up Nike spell out jumper, or if you look up brown oversized hoodie, whatever, and then you find a brown oversized hoodie and then they're a good seller, so then you can go into who they follow who they follow, or see what they like. Your algorithm will get better on Depop. And then on ASOS Marketplace you're actually buying from storefronts. And then on True Vintage, now I know True Vintage, what should be expensive, what shouldn't. Sorry, this hurt my foot. Anyway, I know that True Vintage have like, they price their items because they know how much they go for, so you can kind of be guaranteed that you're not going to be, you know, overpriced from someone who doesn't know how to like doesn't know how to put oh my god, I cannot think. You don't know how to price something. Like, I'm gonna like talk about things that I got vintage and then say where I got them from, how I found them. So I have these corduroy jeans, insert picture here, and I found them on Depop from following the person. Found her from a vintage shop, liking her stuff, and she sells different types of jeans and things like that, and she bleached them herself. Now I did buy them for like €50, but I wear them all the time. People always ask me where I got it from. So I said before, like the North Face jacket, I wear that a lot. I bought that from ASOS Marketplace just from looking up North Face fleece. That's a twister. I bought it because I wanted to see whether I wanted the jacket for the logo, or do I actually want the puffer jacket, and like, is it cool and things like that. So I bought that and I wanted to test it out. I do wear that all the time. I'm with just like a black outfit, do you know what I mean? Plain and simple. €20, and it came within a week. I found my jacket that I love from Kilogram. I got Elizabeth a race car jacket from ASOS Marketplace. I found that just from looking up NASCAR race car jacket. You can buy them on eBay as well, but you will be waiting longer. And I think that vintage clothing is all about finding staple pieces, and then buying from ASOS and all that is about buying, no, Statement I mean, and then ASOS is about buying kind of like your black tops and your t-shirts and things that you kind of can't really find on Depop without a hole in it. If you like these type of videos, I could do it way more. I could do it on how to find a nice jacket. I could do it on where I found all my stuff. I would be so interested in that. Just if you, or we could go vintage shopping together. Like, I could buy a haul and I could try it on for you. That would be so much fun. Okay, so if you just let me know. Thank you so much for the support so far. It is like so hard doing like kind of a YouTube channel and things like that. I definitely wouldn't be into kind of like fashion blogging on Instagram and stuff. I love Instagram, but I don't have the attention span to like take pictures all the time and things like that. I have my moments, but there's a lot of people disliking my videos, but for some reason it's just not sticking how I thought that it would. Like, I don't really care. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone who watches the videos, because I'm grateful. I don't know. So thank you so much. I'm not going to say thank you again. Jesus Christ. Goodbye.